All right. Let's get some cameras on.
So
Hi, I have a
one more
quick
time with
question.
the prompt. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
yes.
Itzel, what's your
Yeah.
question?
So you mentioned it had to be like a poster. Does it have to be more like graphic design, like words, and then it has the art like incorporated, or is it more of like a drawing?
That's your decision.
Okay.
What's going to make it the most effective call to action poster you can do? Okay, I've seen posters that are predominantly an image based. I've seen them where there's no image at all and it's all type. So um, that's totally your call. Okay, so one more time, our prompt is, what do you stand for? And we have 90 minutes to make a call to action poster that that highlights a cause or an issue that you are passionate about. That can be societal, political, um, environmental, global issues. Okay, away you go. I'm gonna catch up.
Awesome.
I'm hoping these are second cameras that I'm bringing in right now.
All right, we got a lot of good things happening. I see some mind mapping going on. I see some reference gathering. Some digital work going on. All right, there we go. We got another cowboy hat there and a pirate flag. Cowboys and pirates go together, right? I think it makes for a good combo. All right, we've got a
Okay,
request for a prompt. Yeah, repeat a prompt
yep,
real quick.
I'll repeat the prompt. So, Mari, the prompt is, I'll read it so it's the same as everybody's heard. What do you stand for? That's the prompt. Contestants will have 90 minutes to design and create a call to action poster, which is a poster that tries to influence and get people to act on an issue. All right. So a call to action poster that highlights an issue that you feel passionate about. For example, societal, political, environmental, or global concerns. Okay.
All right, I'm taking care of that request to put it in the chat, so I'll type that up real quick and throw it in there for you.
Thank you.
Of course.
If I were typing, it would not sound like that.
Oh, I'm lighting this keyboard on fire. It's just like typing class back in elementary school. They don't do that in elementary school anymore because y'all know how to type so fast.
Yes.
All right, call the action poster that highlights an issue. Just don't spell check me here. I'm not sure about that.
Got some brainstorming going on. Working out composition. Just like we should be. That's awesome.
There we go.
Okay. And then just in case anybody needs the YouTube as well, There's the YouTube feed.
Ooh, the unpackaging of the paintbrushes. It's an exciting moment.
I think it's interesting with going to paintbrushes even. That's pretty good. You got markers, paintbrushes, all kinds of stuff going here.
We've got confidence, excitement, enthusiasm here. Oh, I recognize those markers. I have those. I might have let my daughter use them too much, though.
There you go.
No.
I want to remind everybody you should have a camera on you, please. So make sure that we can see your work. We want to see your whole process.
Right.
I like this this head drawing. This is going to be interesting. I'm going to see where this goes.
I'm getting some good tips here for class, too. I see some nice shapes setting up those proportions on that face.
Uh-huh.
I like it.
Mary doing some brainstorming, a little word stack work here.
Excellent.
It's always good to make a list of what you care about, right?
There's a lot out there to choose from, isn't there?
There is.
All right. Looking up some references, maybe?
Spotlight on Sarah. Just what she wanted.
Hey, she didn't wear that hat for nothing.
That's right. This is true.
Maybe some digital work going on here?
Could be. Oh, there we go. A lot of movement in that drawing. I like it.
Excellent. It's always kind of fun to start guessing what the societal the cause, the challenge is. I'm
Right.
seeing a fish and I'm getting some ideas, but I always love the curiosity of where it could go. Could be unexpected. Who knows?
I like that we're gonna have a wide range. You know, it's nice to have a little bit broader or more student choice. Get a chance to get your voice in there, and we'll get a wide range of solutions instead of everybody designing to the same cause. You know, this is nice.
Right, absolutely. And who doesn't love a penguin?
Oh boy. I have a sister-in-law that is a middle school teacher, and her entire room is filled with penguins.
I had a psychology teacher who was into penguins. They're complex creatures, though.
They are. Ooh, I like what's going on here.
We got some repetition of line happening. Interesting. Like a ripple effect, you know?
Uh-huh. Or a tree, rings on a tree, or not sure what's going on. I like that we've got digital, we've got conventionals, you know, going all the way to paintbrushes and
Mm-hmm. You know, it was great having Jeff lead into this too, the keynote conversations about, you know, the things you do that you don't realize affects change. And it can be something as simple as somebody sitting and listening to this on YouTube might be inspired by something you guys are putting out there.
absolutely.
So much artwork can create that emotional response to what's going on. We got some digital stuff. It looks very geometric. Are we working in Illustrator there?
Which one are you looking at?
The one you have spotlighted, I think, there? Yeah?
Oh, I pulled back. Okay, there we go. So now I know that I can spotlight and do gallery
Ooh,
at the same
fancy.
time. I didn't know that. Kind of dangerous though, because you don't know where you're at, but we'll
Got
pay.
it. Yeah, we had some digital work going on. Looked like maybe Illustrator, some
Uh-huh.
shapes.
So now I'm off the spotlight, right?
I see you large and in big view.
We don't need that.
I mean, I can probably switch it. I'll change it to gallery view.
So also check and make sure your camera's focused. I don't know if maybe we're
I'll go
working
pop
with
in
an
there.
IPVO possibly. Just hit the refocus button and see if there it's going. Nice. Good job. I love that brainstorming. This is something that we are pushing a lot more in our school, in our program, is process and how to different ways of ideation, different modes, different approaches to it. And it's a learning process for a lot of kids, because a lot of students have gotten used to just doing what they were told to do, and we're trying to get them to think about what they want to do and what they care about, and then take more ownership of the whole process. So it's a good thing. It's not necessarily a real smooth transition, but we're getting there. And the ones that are, I mean, it's kind of muscle memory. We just need to get kids used to doing this, and it's so cool to see you guys immediately go to brainstorming. That's fantastic.
And so many different ways of finding your path to this. I like seeing such a variety of different note-taking styles, sketching out things. Some I'm not sure if the sort of the drafting process is leading to the final product.
Right.
You remember, you have 90 minutes. It takes a little time management thinking, but you don't want to rush too quickly through it,
Right. And keep in mind that you are able to go find fonts on the internet, some typographical inspiration, and just render your type if you want, or however you want to do it. But you do have time and you do have the resources.
Definitely customize everything. Make it fit your design aesthetic. Oh, this map in itself, I love the pathway it's taking us on through some different thinking.
I was kind of thinking that could easily be the poster too.
True.
Is it okay if my feet catch for a moment? I don't have a try. Yes, actually, no problem.
Yeah, we're all experimenting with technology here.
Maybe, Mary, see if you have anybody who's willing to be a volunteer for a little bit, and maybe they can hold something for you or help you figure it out. But yes, absolutely.
Ooh.
Boy, I don't know.
Somebody says it's October and they're thinking Halloween already. I know you're out there, you Halloween people. The minute October 1st hits, it's the month of Halloween, right?
It is. I've already seen decorations up in my neighborhood.
Oh yeah, we went on a search for some decorations last night. September 1st.
Oh, that's when you start? Okay.
I mean, it's when the rest of the world starts. Let's think about every sort of Halloween setup started at Target at least a month ago.
This is true.
If you don't get on those Halloween costumes early, there's nothing left. Homemade costumes for the winter. Oh, there we go. Oh, I see.
Beautiful
Oh,
illustration.
I like those. The fingertips are coming in off the edge.
Uh-huh.
Great manicure job, too. My nails never look that nice on screen, and I'm very aware of it. Get some micron pens, or is that something different? Oh,
Yeah, that's a micron.
okay.
Variety. It must be different colors too, it looks like,
Yeah.
possibly.
We have to hide those around here.
Yeah, they tend to disappear.
And then there's the Mr. Sketch markers, the non-scented kind, right? You always know when somebody tried to smell one thinking it was going to be grape and there's a little dot on their nose.
Uh-huh. There you go.
They're not the fun, smelly kind you remember from first grade. I like the thumbnail sketches. Some nice bold shapes inside of them, too.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out how that Halloween theme ties into this prompt. I'm curious how we'll get there.
Okay, let's see. Who have I not visited here in a little bit? Nope, that one, sorry, that was one we just did.
Let's get a digital one going.
Yes, good idea.
I think they've made some progress. Oh yeah, there we go.
Very nice.
Zooming in and doing a little
Looks like
detail work.
a little Photoshop, I believe. Must be using a Wacom tablet, getting that good thick and thin.
Ah.
Very nice.
I'm gonna let you critique that because I've never used those tablets.
Well, it's got the pressure sensitive going on and getting a good thick and thin. So that's a good place to be. I like it. It's got a nice like calligraphy feel to the line.
Excellent.
I know we're having a few people with some technical difficulties, so you just keep on plugging away and we'll figure it out, okay?
Yeah, definitely don't panic.
No, don't sweat it too much. All right, so where else? Here
Oh, we got some.
see a little bit of type going on, right?
Yeah, I see some text. I think, yeah, there's I was
Oh,
saying,
there
I
we
thought I
go.
saw that geometry in there at one point. Okay.
Oh, wow, very strong. Is that a flag?
It looks to be. Now I'm gonna have to study up on my
I
flag.
know, I was just gonna say,
Oh.
my boys would be able to tell me right off the bat which flag that is. That's a particular strength of theirs, but I don't have it.
I don't know if we've got Big Bang Theory fans out there. It's been a really long time since that show was popular, I think, but the Fun with Flags.
Oh,
Sheldon's Fun with Flags episode.
there you go.
Revisit that. Our best one, we go back to the Animaniacs with the what was it? Countries around the world and the capitals of the states.
Oh, yep.
Ugh. It's not my strength.
We had a state capitals placemat for my boys when they were growing up, and that was another one that there was, they got pretty good at that.
Educational eating for the win.
It's one of my favorite parenting hacks. You have a captive audience and you don't very often, so it serves as that, and it also serves as a distraction. So that's a good thing too.
All right, I'm Google searching flags right now. We'll see if I can match it. Now watch, we'll find out that it's a made up mat or a made up flag from a fictional.
It could be.
Hmm.
Could be.
Is it Jordan? Hmm.
I like this.
Wow, okay. Hong
like it a
Kong's
lot.
flag. We've got more flags going on.
I like it a lot.
I like that we've really like the global thing can be uncertain because we're often surrounded by our own local or kind of challenges that are at least within the US. So hey,
Yep, it is good to open our viewfinder a little bit, right?
citizen of the world. We're at a point here. I'm trying to figure out what's developing here.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that one was.
Some shapes going on. Mm.
Hello.
Got some interesting sculptural forms in the background there.
Yeah, it's good to see. I'm assuming that's a classroom. Oh, we got paint going on in here, I
All
think.
right. Ooh, a
Uh,
nice wash over the top.
yeah.
I like the confidence in putting the wash right over the top of things.
Yeah, once you put it over that pencil, it's there. So that's good.
The potential for layering, though, is an exciting one.
Oh, for sure. And layering with multiple different mediums, you can go in a lot of different directions there.
Absolutely. Let's see.
Ah, looks like maybe a little masking going on as those lines are fading a little at the edge. Makes for a nice pattern.
Yeah, it really does. The background has some dynamic movement going on in it. It's kind of
Yeah,
hypnotic.
it is, and it's interesting because it's not like a difficult thing to do, right? But it works really well. It's brings some complexity to the design and a lot of energy. So,
Absolutely.
it's not like everything has to be super, I don't know, difficult or perfect. You got a lot of it's digital, but we can see the human hand in it.
Absolutely. Kind of hard to avoid the human hand being a part of things, so embrace it, right?
Yeah, well, that is let's see. Okay, I'm not sure what we're looking at there. But that's interesting. What's going on over here now? More painting.
Hmm. Got some nice washi tape holding it down, and
Oh, is that what that is?
I think so.
Looks like a video game. Yeah.
You can't go with boring tape on a throwdown challenge.
No,
I'll say that for sure.
you gotta keep your tape game high.
There you go. Got some
Um,
color mixing. Excellent.
okay, let's check back in on our, I think this is our fish again. Yeah. Oh,
Oh, ooh, something
whoa,
happened to the
that
fish.
changed.
It went dark fast, but I love it. It's very it's got a nice, like, the geometric shapes and the sharpness to it
Uh-huh.
communicates a lot. You want that kind of impact, don't you?
That's interesting. Yeah. It just, the last time we saw it, that was a whole fish.
This is the fun part, the transformation,
Exactly.
watching things evolve. Just when you think you know the direction it's going and it takes a twist. It's a plot twist. Okay, we got some imagery coming in. At first I saw those sort of curved strokes and I thought we were going to get kind of a globe.
Yeah.
Kind of like that it almost
And you,
provides a dual image there. I still see the curves that almost hint or suggest at that, but then
right.
it becomes an image, like the vase in the face thing, the
Yep. Yep.
black and white.
No, at first I thought it was like that was the Atlantic Ocean and those were the continents on either side. And now I have a better sense of what's going on.
Again, with the fun of watching it evolve.
Yes. This is where the students say, "Oh, it's so satisfying
I mean, for us, for sure, right?
to watch other people paint."
Ooh, look at that go.
Yeah,
Now, that looks opaque to me, a little
it
more
does.
solid.
And that was newly wet paint, so it's probably moving a little bit, which is good.
Let those layers blend.
Yeah, I like that approach.
Hmm. What are we searching here?
Something
Oh,
about
yeah,
something about Mao.
I'm getting a history lesson here. I'm ready for it. Remembering, oh boy, yeah, that'll get intense quickly, right?
Yes, it will.
History is not, often a pretty subject.
It, no, you're right. I guess that's probably about as good as you can say it. It is. It's not often clean and neat.
Well, the human factor again.
Yep.
It's a part of it all.
All right. So, okay, nothing new in chat.
Oh, we're getting the full 360
Oh,
view.
wow.
There we go.
Camera movement.
Nice job, deputy. We see the marker bag. Oh yeah, the marker basket. Look at that. Dynamic. I love that Michaela's not even sitting. You can't be contained in a challenge, right?
No, it's funny. I usually stand when I'm first, putting, working my sketches and trying to lay out the composition. And then I might sit down as I go more detailed. But it's almost like you need that body energy and movement
Oh,
if you're going to
absolutely.
try to get it into your work. Oh, look at that.
Something really interesting is
We have
happening
two
here.
faces going on. Oh, that maybe a mask.
I don't know. It's got exciting movement to that line, though.
Uh-huh. But I'm seeing a face going either direction or both directions.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So just as not a pressure thing, I'm just letting you know that we're a half hour into it so far. Okay.
So far, seeing great progress. It looks like everybody, I think, if they were starting with sort of the ideation sheet or the word stacking, has moved into the process of sketching and laying out things.
Yes, definitely. So Sonia, if you have an option to let us see what you're working on, we'd love to see it. I don't know if you do. You may not have a setup that allows for it, but
I'm just using my sister's iPad, so the name's just Aisha Moten.
okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, do what you can. I just would love to see it. We
Okay.
like seeing your face too, but we would also like to see some work, but that's okay. I know it's let me tell you, we were scrambling around to figure out our setups here at school too. So we we don't have a professional, output or setup ready to go. We were cobbling this and that together. So we understand.
Right. I'm just saying like my face is like Sonia Moten, and then my work is through the iPad Aisha Moten.
Right. Okay. That's
Okay.
no,
Oh, so
that's no
there's
problem.
is there a different screen to be looking at? Is that what it is?
Yeah. Do you have a phone that someone could Zoom or like help you out or no?
Not really.
Okay. Well then yours will be a big surprise when we see it.
Sorry.
Oh,
That's
don't worry.
okay. You don't have to apologize.
Okay.
We don't have like, hair and makeup studio and none of that going on. We're not set up for TV broadcast either. So trust me, hair and makeup this morning was like out the door.
Me too.
I mean, I don't know. You compare it to the ID from 13 years ago, right? Whatever that looked like.
Oh, you're more beautiful now than you were then.
Aw, gee, thanks. We won't talk about my passport photo then.
Now that one's scary.
I'm trying to get stopped by TSA, right?
The scary face.
Oh gosh.
Oh, look at this. We've drawn a
Ooh.
hand here. What's going on there?
Oh, I love some hand drawings.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, really?
Oh, there we go. I like the rhythm of the arms over the knees there. That's really nice. Nice stylization.
So our super considerate group next door thought Sarah cut her hand and was coming for Band-Aids.
Oh,
But she was just using it to pose, to model for. I love it though. The concern was there, the urgency of like our on-staff nursing students here.
thought we had a tourniquet situation going on.
I wondered when they came in, they're like, we need a Band-Aid stat. And I was like, really, what happened? Is she using an X-Acto knife? I didn't see a knife in there. So Sarah's she's got the pose so convincing, right?
Yes, that's right. This is looking great. Boy, I like that line work.
Oh, I really do too. I love the little detached mark making.
Uh-huh.
That implied line keeps going. It's nice.
Yep.
It's great for that ocean coral reef kind of stuff going on. That's
Right, right. No, I'm a big fan of, I mean this in the best possible way, not making everything look perfect. I like seeing, again, the human component.
absolutely. Just even the way that fingernail subtly kind of trails off on the edges.
Mm.
Very, very nice. Howdy. Yeah. Oh, look at that.
That'll get some action into your drawing.
For sure. Get that movement through that arm and you'll be getting some great line work down. We got some critiquing going on in the room, maybe? The shark head.
A shark head and a fancy hat.
We were getting a few inquiries about future Throwdown challenges too.
We have, so Art Connected has a mini portfolio day coming up, October 21st, and just leading into that, we have another art throwdown. It's going to be an illustration challenge that time. So we have the illustration challenge in October. In November, we have a digital photo challenge. And then we go to the very first couple days of February, and we have a design challenge. And then in March, with the IHSAE for the Northern Regional IHSAE show, we're going to actually have a live throwdown, which will be a figure painting throwdown. So that's cool that everybody will be up with easels and that, the Northern Regional show. And then in April, we're actually going to have a team event, a 3D sculpture team event. So that'll be coming. So if you go to the IHSAE .org website, you can take a look at information on that, and hopefully, if your school's registered, then you're free to go, and your teachers can get you in there. Okay, so we have a full slate all the way from here in the beginning of October till April. All right. And we're hoping to get other events, social media challenges, different things going on as well to keep art on the forefront all year long.
Do you know if the Throwdown challenges from last year are still on YouTube to watch?
There is a promo for it. I can find that link. I just had that.
Yeah, we can throw that in the chat in case anybody wants to get a sense of what that was like. I love this dynamic sketching we have going on here. Some nice line work, plotting out the space. So we're moving from those thumbnails into a full-size image here with some reference photo support. And a fuzzy purple pencil case. Nice. Not to be weird, but I have a bathroom rug that looks like that.
Which one are we looking at? I'm sorry, I was looking for the.
It's the purple pencil case right here, this furry with like the little finger-like projections on it.
Who's
It's in Sarah's.
Sarah's?
Sarah's
Our Sarah?
yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah.
There
Oh
we
yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know why I have to comment on the
No,
accessories.
no. We have a bath mat with that same kind of texture too. It's not purple, but it's the same kind of general idea.
Bath mats and pencil cases.
Okay,
right.
let me find this thing. We have it.
Ooh,
I
like
know
it.
we have it.
That was a nose with confidence.
Oh, let me just get the link on this. I found it.
Now I'm going to ask too many questions that aren't going to get answers, but I'm just always so curious here, like these things that come to mind when you guys are coming up with the social issue that you're passionate about. And I'm always, just where that came from, like what in your life sparked that particular idea. Because I can think back to probably the movie that inspired my environmental tendencies was Fern Gully. But it could have started even before that, because the Tooth Fairy gave me a coloring book about saving the world. So yeah, I don't know. But I'm looking at this, I'm thinking anything about Mao probably didn't come from the Tooth Fairy.
No, probably not.
But I just, like what history teacher maybe kind of gave you the information in a way that you really engaged with it, or for each person's ideas here, like where did the inspiration come from? What would you credit your passion for this particular subject from?
This is looking great.
Oh yeah, look at the nice soft wash with that marker.
Yeah, nice typography. Let's check out our digital piece. We haven't been over there in a little while. Probably got there just in time to.
All right.
Oh, wow.
We got some layers going on, some transparency.
Definitely. How many layers do we have happening on there?
I can't read those numbers. A 10 maybe?
That's pretty good.
Checking the eye doctor there, I think.
Yeah.
Layer 9, layer 10 maybe?
That's pretty good.
Oh yeah. Now I do see that the delicacy of the line work, the pencil pressure probably, huh?
Yeah, that's it. It's really nice. Yeah, back when I was doing illustration, there were some files I worked on that had, 40 or 50 layers. You kind of have to make folders and put certain things in and group them, because it just becomes nuts to look at if you have them just all loose.
Yeah, I don't know if you mentioned that to this group, that your original background was in illustration.
No, I didn't. But yeah, so I did illustration for 20 years professionally before getting into teaching. So I worked both conventionally and digitally. so, you know, it was a back and forth, and sometimes back and forth on the same project, you know, starting off conventionally scanning or taking a photo, dragging it into Photoshop, doing things to it. So I am definitely not a purist as far as process. I like mixing things up and crossing platforms and all that. Boy, this is watercolors turning out great.
Yeah, what do we have going over the top, you think? Or is this gouache over it? There's just some opacity to it, or is it
Yeah.
acrylic?
Can't tell, or just less water in the watercolor. I don't know.
Maybe.
Very nice.
Yeah, I love how the sketch underneath wasn't, overly fussy and just, dove right into putting that wash down. And
Right.
now the finer details are coming together very nicely over the top.
Very, very nice work.
I'm seeing a lot of good like time management and really kind of figuring out how the process is all going to come together too.
So speaking of time, we are at the 45-minute mark. So you're halfway there. Okay. We're halfway through the 90-minute challenge.
I'll try not to let that remind me of the SAT, which we
Yeah.
lost a lot of ours to the SAT today. I don't know about you guys out there. I think that was a universal thing that the SAT was going on. So that would be our juniors, right?
Right. Well, I
Or a few
think even
seniors.
some seniors that didn't take it for COVID reasons or whatever, because
Sure.
I know of at least one senior that was taking it.
We'll switch topics though. Nobody wants to talk about the SAT and the art challenge,
Definitely,
right?
definitely not.
We won't do the you have whatever minutes remaining
I
scripted
don't
talk.
want to dwell on it, but I don't want everybody to be surprised either.
Oh,
So
not at all. I like the red tones coming
Oh,
out
yeah.
in those browns.
go right back there. Sorry.
Some nice bold brush strokes happening too in that tree. And the looseness of the sky and the grass is really
Yeah.
nice too.
No, it's very nice. Pretty good brush control there.
One of my favorite things to paint, right?
You do like your trees.
I don't know, something about the brush, just the way the brush, branches off, the little branches are just, I don't know, there's something almost maybe the process in itself has a lot to do with it.
Oh, I agree. I always like backing up on the brush, so I'm way towards the back end of the handle to do it, so that I have some mistakes and movements that weren't overly controlled, and just kind of let it happen a little bit.
It creates that look of nature.
It does. You need some of the randomness. It's really interesting because nature's really systematic in some ways,
True.
and then but you need the randomness, in your art to make it look more natural as well. But
The yin and yang of it.
it is. Let's see what's going on. We got some big
Oh man, look at those letters.
big typography going there.
I really like that thick to thin
Uh-huh.
quality in those letters and the way some of the parts cross over.
I like that we don't have all of the letters, but we still know what it says.
Absolutely.
We have faith in our viewers to figure it out.
Don't spoon feed us, right?
Well, as a viewer, I don't know if you become offended, but you get bored if you don't have to think while you're looking at things.
Mm-hmm.
The world glazes over. Interesting.
got a nice marker stroke look to that font
It
too.
does. It does.
It'll work well with the line work that is in it. It's always nice to see the thought process of how the font really ties into the style of the rest of the line work. I see so many things where you can tell there's a disjointed sensibility between the lettering and the artwork itself.
Right. Right. Kind of thinking about it as a whole.
Right, exactly. Now, are these the stars representing from that flag, maybe?
Could be the Hong Kong flag, was it?
All right.
Very nice drawing.
Mm-hmm. I like those shapes. Those closed shapes kind of repeat throughout the space there.
Mm-hmm. It'll be interesting to see where that ends up.
This could also become product placement for Micron. I'm seeing a lot of Micron action.
There are a lot of microns in here today.
I have to say the true art students that are here for the passion of the art, some of them do look at the fine tip Sharpies with some disdain.
Yeah, they don't. You don't hold much. You don't hold a very quality edge on those lines.
I love it. It's, the same as like once you've gone Prismacolor, you don't go back to Crayola. Once you've gone Micron, you can't go back to Sharpie.
Yeah. Yep.
Spoiled, all of us.
The other thing I will encourage everybody to give a try to is a parallel pen.
Ooh.
Really
We're not being
cool.
paid, by the way. There's no
No, I won't name the brand. But parallel pens are really interesting drawing tools. So look it up. I don't think we've been over here in a little while.
We founded an unnamed art store that may be fairly pricey, but
They're not too bad. They're like, I mean, they're $10, but I mean, if you look at like mechanical pen or like technical pens, like
Sure.
the rapidographs, those are a lot more than that.
well, yeah, any of these students who have ever touched a Copic marker, that $10 is nothing probably, huh?
Exactly. And so far, I'm liking as I'm not having a lot of clogging issues with the parallel pen. They have replaceable ink cartridges. It's a water-based ink, and that's probably why I'm not having a lot of clogging issues. But when I was in art school and even working professionally, using the rapidograph technical pens, oh my gosh, you spend so much time trying to make them work, much less draw with them. Like they clog, and because you can get super fine, that's awesome, but they're really hard to keep functioning. They take a lot of care. You can't just use them and throw them in a pencil case for 3 weeks and then expect it to work right when you get it out. It's gonna clog. It's gonna do some different things. So
It was my experience with the airbrush. Usually
Yeah.
leads you to not work with it, and then you just kind of discard the whole thing.
no, the airbrush, you very much have to clean every single time and pull that needle out, and oh yeah. So I'm old enough that instead of learning how to work in Photoshop, I had to learn how to airbrush when I went to art school in Detroit. So
Ah.
I had quite a setup. I lived at home and I worked out of my bedroom, and I ran a hose from my bedroom down through the attic, down a space in the walls to the garage, and had a compressor downstairs so that I could run it at ridiculous times at night without disturbing the rest of my family. And so I'd be airbrushing up there, I don't know, 2, 3 in the morning, and no one would know the difference. And Wasn't my favorite thing. It was way too mechanical for me, but my taste level and my sensibilities are not overly mechanical. Although I do a lot of digital work, so I guess I shouldn't make that claim.
We do have an inquiry on how much time is left.
So we've got 35 minutes to go. We will end this at 11:30.
And it is a stop and put everything down end, or is it I see they have 15 minutes to submit, but that's all
Right.
submission time?
We would like a stop and put everything down. We can't really
We can control
completely
it.
enforce that, but that's what we would like.
So what we're saying is, we don't know if you'll cheat, but we hope you're planning your time out where you feel pretty good about that,
Right.
85 minutes.
Hopefully it
Ooh.
won't get down there to the very last second. So
I like the scribbling. We were just doing
yeah,
that the other day.
we were doing some scumble drawing. Very nice.
It's expressive.
It is. It's really well done. And nice. There's something about the whole black and white and red as a, if you're only going to add one color, there's something about black, white, and red combo really works.
The Bulls.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm from Detroit, so I don't get that excited about that, but yeah, I guess.
Sorry. I mean, my sports level is not go.
No, I know.
But hey, my grandma was a diehard Bulls fan, so I can't.
Okay, I won't badmouth them if it was grandma's favorite.
Oh yeah.
Ah, there we go.
Ooh, very nice. Got some impressionist style type of brushstroke. Nice balance of color in there. I really like the sky too. There's not that attempt to blend it out to a smoothness that's not realistic in nature.
Right.
Unifies the composition too. That go for it.
Black, white, and red going.
Mm-hmm. I was liking that edge.
Yeah.
That edge we're exploring right there.
Very nice.
Looks like we've got some people who you can kind of tell are working in a classroom, some from home. It's a nice mix, but always just curious to see what everybody's setup is. We had some who, they're here in person, but just the familiarity with their own materials brought like their own kit of things.
Right. No, and it's one of the things that are super exciting. Is just seeing that. I mean, being around art forever, getting a glimpse into an artist's studio is always a very interesting and exciting thing.
I imagine I remember at my university that they had this little family-owned art shop, and there's just something about that was so different from like your Michaels or your Hobby Lobby, but this the creaky wooden floors and the shelving that had all the materials, but it felt very personal to them. Like, that it wasn't just a store to them. It was like basically this giant studio almost. And just something interesting about that. It does tell a story about the person.
It does. And it's such a universal experience. Like we all have our workspaces and we really love our workspaces and the attachment. When the hurricane came through and it moved up through into New York and they had all the horrible flooding up in New York, state as well. There was a real famous illustrator who posted a picture of he had like a coach house garage that he had converted that was separate from the house, you
Okay.
know, and they had a horrible flood about, it was probably 3.5 to 4 feet deep, all the way, from ground level, everything was underwater. And just the collective mourning of
Oh,
of
yeah.
all the other artists were just like, it really hurt just to know how bad that would be if that were yours,
Oh, for sure. Not even just the expense of everything.
Oh no, yeah, that was definitely an issue, but it was actually, I think, even more, you know, just that these are kind of sacred spots for us.
Yeah.
They're-
A lifetime of curating that space.
Yeah, luckily he knew in advance enough and he got all his artwork up and out of there. So that was that. I think that's everybody's first reaction is, oh, there we go. We
Sorry,
got,
I'm laughing.
yes,
We got an actual throwdown happening.
we do.
I think they realized that they wish they had brought in some Nerf guns to battle, a physical battle and
Yeah,
an
that
art battle.
might not have been our best thing in this school, but
Oh, look at that.
that illustration is coming along. Holy cow. Really nice. Wow.
Oh,
Very
wow.
cool.
And there's some powerful statement happening in there too.
Yes. I love the perspective change that you're looking down.
Oh,
Really
yeah.
cool. Really cool.
The repetition of that star flower shape too, coming through the whole composition.
All right. We haven't been here in a little while.
Yes, let's see. Oh, wow. Okay, so now we know. I should have just
Yes.
waited.
That was probably the flag. There it is. There's the flag.
Palestine, very nice. Oh, look at, and we've done some revisions to that flag. Kind of like a shattering effect kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
The color unity in the composition is really nice.
I like that it's kind of referencing those greetings from postcards as
You're
far as the
right.
type goes. So it kind of makes a connection to, home and, I don't know. I like that. It's kind of a good juxtaposition. Here we've got a war torn kind of scenario, and then you mix it in with this other, the visual cues that we have in our country with those iconic postcards.
You're right. I was trying to figure out what that font and that curvature to the font reminded me of. That's absolutely it.
Really nice.
A strong juxtaposition that definitely hints at the irony of that scenario. Very.
Yeah, pretty powerful.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Got some nice blocking in.
Uh-huh. Very nice drawing.
The layering of like the markers underneath too. Like there was that red tone underneath the layer put over the top.
Yep. Really, really strong. And there's everybody's favorite art supply.
A kneaded eraser. Too much of that.
Who doesn't like that?
As a therapy tool or as a drawing tool?
Well, I can tell you what I don't like is when I go and I find the jar, the fish bowl that we have them in, and there's one big ball of it instead of all the individual erasers. But oh well.
When you have a sub,
Yes.
that's what happens to your kneaded erasers.
This is a cool, cool approach here. I like this. I
Okay,
like
this is
the thick thin going on. I like the
got
fact it's kind of like we've got transparent hair almost over the eyes. We're hinting at what's below.
it pulls in maybe a little bit of the manga or the
Uh-huh.
or drawing style, but the reference to me is feeling like the Matrix. I'm trying to connect the dots here.
Well, I can say as a teacher, I would welcome some transparent hair for some of the students whose hair covers their face completely that I have in class. And then I would know what they look like.
It'll be the next new phase, I hope, right?
Oh, boy. Oh, there's our ocean.
I like the mark making in the blue right along the edge there.
That shadow area.
Mm-hmm.
I like the choice of the decisions that are being made as far as warm and cool, and you know the coral, the dead coral is kind of a warm gray, and that really contrasts with the coolness of the water.
Absolutely. No, the neutral tones were definitely a good choice, but yeah, I see like that hint of a peachy orange tone coming through.
Yeah, exactly.
Almost like an underpainting.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. Let's check out. I want to make sure we get around. Ah,
We got some blooming.
yeah, is that like a lilac tree or bush?
All right.
Look at me, Mr. Botany.
Herbologist. Ooh, there we go. Taking a little inspiration from the scumble approach.
Uh-huh.
Hey, it's
There,
way better than trying to go for individual leaves, right?
it is. It is. We don't see all the individual leaves when we look at a tree.
Ooh. So we've inverted the text, it looks like, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then do we have a layer shut off so we are not seeing the line work
I
in there?
think so.
Okay.
I think that's what's going on. I just had bad timing on when I decided to pop back in.
Or I wonder too, it could be the screen,
Right.
screen brightness effect from the camera. So I see like, okay, so we're gonna make those words really bold and kind of popping with that darkness to kind of
Right. Almost like a negative space.
excellent.
All right.
Now I'm curious, only because, my experience with the throwdowns is so new. When they submit their work, are they submitting any kind of explanation along with it, or is it just the submission and you take it as the viewer?
Actually, that's a good point, and I believe in the past I had an artist statement fill in, and I don't know. I'm kind of thinking I didn't include that on the form.
Well, if the form's not filled out, you could pop in there
I
and
was just
add one
gonna
more
say,
question.
I
Yeah.
could always go check it out.
I'm just, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking again, I like not being spoon-fed the story so directly that you don't trust the viewer to come up with a conclusion. But then I also, as an after effect, would love to hear, what the student was thinking and what their message is.
Totally agree. I think that would be very important. I mean, that would really help the whole experience and understand where they were coming from. Let me find that, and I'll double check and add it if I don't have it.
Excellent. Ooh, do we have a color chart there? Ready for some color now.
All right, here we go. We got it. Oh, no, I have it on there. I do have an artist statement. Good,
Excellent. Well,
good.
not like they have to overthink it, but really consider what you're.
Yeah, there is a, all right. Right now I have it as optional. Should I make it required?
I don't know. I mean, I suppose if a student kind of wants their work to stand alone
Okay,
in itself, I'd say it could be optional, but if somebody feels that words would support kind of what they were aiming for.
yeah, it wouldn't hurt. I mean, for sure, I can see the argument that the call to action poster should speak for itself. But if you want to add your, like, why this matters so much to you, it's less just, it's less about explaining your cause as it is kind of sharing your inspiration, why this is such an important thing to you.
It's almost like that conversation I was having earlier about like being curious where your interest in this subject originated. Like
Exactly.
if there was some sort of conversation that happened in a classroom or goodness, I mean, I know I'm going to go into topics, but a student of mine, a former student who mentioned she was excluded from eating with a bunch of people at a birthday party in second grade because she was Black.
Oh,
Just hearing people's personal stories about like what
right.
influences, and the Fern Gully thing and the Tooth Fairy book, there's a moment in time where somebody might be able to pinpoint their passion or interest in this subject or how it personally affects them. So yeah, more of the artist statement, like you said, than a flat out description of the work.
Right. So we are at like 18 minutes. Somebody asked how much time was left. We're at 18 minutes. I'm going to, I just added a link to the submission form, and I'm going to add the hashtags that we would like you to use when you are when you're posting to social media.
Excellent.
And I'm also going to enter the voting form, the link to the voting form. So you can copy that and send that out to friends and family, and
Send it out to your art teachers.
yes, send it out to your teachers that are not art teachers.
True. Yeah, there you go.
You
I
know,
mean,
they-
again, yeah, some of these might be topics inspired by something you talked about in a class.
Exactly. There's that. And, as a teacher, we know that our students in the world that we know them in, right? We know you in the classes that we have you in. And, our school really encourages us to go see students when they're in plays or see them on the sport, whatever sports they're doing or anything outside of your classroom. And it's amazing how exciting it is to see a student. They're almost sometimes like a whole different kid. You have a whole different perspective on them and how they behave and act and show leadership in other scenarios or whatever the case might be. So send them out to any teachers. They'll love it. They'll love to see your work. I assure you that'll be the case.
Yeah, for that matter, tag them in your Instagram posts.
Right.
It's good PR for everybody too. supports your NAHS chapters and NJHS chapters and your school art programs, that if administrators see that you're participating in these call to action things, just like Jeff was talking about in the keynote, when he said, you know, the board members and the mayor and people of the community were sitting in on his presentations and they were getting inspired by what students were doing. And that was influencing political action in the community.
It's amazing, isn't it?
You know, you think sometimes that you're so small and it's so meaningless, but you have no idea what might have an impact. And, you know, to say like, oh, well, I'm just in high school and I'm just a teenager, or, you know, I don't feel like I have much influence, you'd be really surprised. People are often more inspired by student voice than they are by hearing a bunch of adults argue about things or whatever the case might be.
Right. So in the chat, I have put the voting submission, the voting form. I put the submission form and I put in the hashtags for when on your social media. We really encourage you to do that. The social media, that's a terrific way of getting the word out. And what better thing were you going to be doing today that you can share than this? This is pretty exciting stuff.
Agreed. You're standing for a cause today and you're putting out your artwork, and it's sharing your viewpoints and something you really care about, when most of us would have either slept in or absolutely.
Oh, I like the handling of that tree. Boy, that's cool. You got the texture going on inside and then somewhat like a graphic line around the outside, or a repeated graphic line. Very nice. There's our watercolor. Protesting Penguins. That sounds like a band name to me.
If it isn't one, it should be now. You think Slam Funk would be willing to change their name?
Yeah, they might. I like here that we even get a glimpse of all these doodles of looks like sea life underneath the artwork here.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it a tablecloth?
I don't know. I don't see
That's
enough. I
sketchbook.
can't tell if it has a watercolor feel if it is a tablecloth.
I don't know. In Zoom land from, you know, pandemic life,
Right.
so many bedspreads were part of my visual.
Yes, that's true.
Saw a lot of artwork photographed on bedspreads.
Okay, we've been here in a little while.
Ooh.
Really nice. Making it pop now. Let's see what our...
I like the way the lettering was handled too.
Yes,
It's
very
kind of
much so.
loosely filled in.
Like the use of the just real graphic shapes going on in that poster with the flag.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, that was that the curve tool there. I just saw the thing
Oh,
was
I don't-
constructed, and then there was a click, and it looked like everything kind of rounded out.
Could be.
Permission. Oh, good call. I gotta check.
So we're down to 10 minutes now. Again, I'm not trying to. Oh, I know why. Okay, so the problem with the form is on the, it was that the submission one?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna need to do the emailed version, because then everybody that gets the email link has access. Now I've got to figure out how to make sure everybody has access to vote. All right, so we'll get the email. Actually, I think that that was in an email, a previous email anyway.
Email from Dawn.
I believe so. Let's take a look.
So they should forward that email from Dawn. to
Right.
where they want to vote.
The welcome to the Throwdown. Nope, it's not in there. I can do that real quick and send it out to everybody. So this is all of the participants. So I'll just forward to everyone. Reply all. Thank you for letting me know. Okay.
So we've got some, I think, again, not to put the fire on, but some who you can tell where, like, if they stopped now, it would hold together as finished, and you wouldn't have, you know, any idea if there was other additions that you intended to make. Some you can tell if they stopped now, you'd be like, oh, we didn't quite make it. So yeah, definitely watching how you're figuring out how to make your time frame work.
So in this email, I'm adding the voting form, so you can share that with people as well. Share that email, just forward it. I am also, once again, putting the hashtags in, so you can just copy and paste those. So you're gonna want to check your email.
Ooh, Sarah Z's looks nice, I saw.
So we're down to 7 minutes. I'm just giving you, yeah, that is nice.
It really,
Really impactful.
like if you were to pass by that on a billboard, it would really catch attention.
I think you would stop and check it out, which in this situation, when you're doing any kind of poster, especially a call to action, if you can get people to stop and read and look at what you've got, that's a win. You can't ultimately make them do what you want beyond that, but if you can get them to at least stop and look at your work or look at your message, then now you have a chance. All right.
Absolutely. So we've got
I
some
do like-
more. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No.
No, mine was just going to be about their cleaning up and wrapping up process here. You go ahead.
Oh, so they're already there. Okay. I'm just looking at this graphic. I like the white type and letting it, you know, letting that background come in and peek in and out between the movement lines.
Right.
Really nice.
No, I definitely feel if the effect was to get that sense of like hypnosis and the way that the black and white really communicates that too. The black and white is a strong choice for that.
I like the different type or font choices as well as the size change. really makes a strong statement. All right, let's see. We haven't been over here in a little bit. So we are at 5 minutes. Oh, wow, look at that. So I should have you, I should have had this poster at my house because it wasn't lilacs, but I inadvertently trimmed a shrub that flowers, but it won't because I trimmed off all the stuff that was going to make it flower.
Whoops.
Yep, that wasn't one of my better days.
Hey, I have one to go with that. My dad sent me out to do some weeding as a kid, and I came back in so proud that I found the biggest weeds ever. I was like, they were like almost as tall as me. Dad, you should see this huge patch of them. Oh yeah, it was his wildflower butterfly garden.
Oh no.
I weeded the whole thing. You know, when
So-
they're not in bloom, they don't look like much, but
No, so sad for the butterflies that year, huh?
I mean, we'll put that on the list of what has brought me to my environmental tendencies now is the guilt over destroying the butterfly biome, right?
No, I appreciate it. I guess I'm still having trouble with the link. So let me directly.
When you go in as an editor, does it say allow like something from only D127?
I will check. Probably a box somewhere that I didn't check or uncheck.
And sometimes when we share a link via the Google search kind of bar versus going into the share button and copying the link from the share.
Mhm. If only I could just blame it on somebody else.
Hey, you know what? You were dealing with like multiple accounts logged in as different people, so who knows?
All right, is this the one?
I shouldn't even say it says share. When it's a form, it says send.
Right. Okay, so when I do that, well, why don't I just do all the emails? Well, that's going to be tough to do while we're doing this. We've got like 1 more minute here.
I see a lot of
Thank you.
nice
Thank you for your
finished
help,
product.
Aaliyah. I really do appreciate it.
She's on top of it. She's our tech support. She's our nurse.
She is.
And she's volunteering to do the 3D throwdown too.
Cool. I don't see anything. No, it's not restricted to the IHSAE.
And did
that
you
work?
do it? Did you do the send button when you sent it out with the link?
No, not. So if I just do the link through the send button, that's going to be enough?
It should probably fix it. Again, I won't make any guarantees, but if you copied it from the search bar at the top, that is where we have issues with like
Gotcha.
people requesting access to slideshows or asking for access to forms.
Gotcha. I don't think I did it that way, but it's worth a try.
That's okay. Nobody's complaining if we
Go a little over.
if it goes slightly over, although I should double check the session sheet because I know some
Yeah.
of you are heading off to other sessions.
So actually, right now, we should be wrapping this up, okay?
Let me check. I'll go grab that list.
Okay, I just resent the submission form. Let's see if we can do that. And I will also try it here again on the Zoom, and you can try going from there as well.
Yeah, let's make sure we don't send you on your way without an ability to vote. Let's see. I got in.
Okay,
I
So
don't know if
here's-
that means a
here's
lot.
the submission form. That's in chat. And
Test
then
that out, guys, so you can let us know if it's working.
let me.
And then not to interrupt, but I'm looking at the spreadsheet of presentations.
Yes.
And in the red room is careers in visual arts, options and how to get there. And that's from the Shy Arts Foundation.
Okay.
How to start and run an Empty Bowls project from Glenbard North in the yellow room. In the blue room, we've got Social Justice and Art, My Voice Matters from Oswego. The Memory Project in the green room from Jenna Geringer. Doesn't say where she's from, but. And then in the violet room, NAHS and NJHS, Benefits and Best Practices.
Okay,
So-
and then there's also, I just got where the submission form worked, and then I just reposted the voting form. So let's try that too.
So yeah, go with the most recent link. Don't click back on an earlier one.
Right. And then if everybody can do a pens and pencils and Wacom tablets and everything down, pen brushes, we are there.
There you go. Make it a fair finale.
I'm gonna re-email that out too.
And then you all should have an email from Dawn getting you to your next session. So hopefully you're looking at joining some fun things to get some more experiences and information. Oh, it's still not working. Because my only concern is it might have worked for me because I'm part of the organization. But if it's not working for anybody outside of our organization?
It might be. Trying to figure out what to do about that.
Could you share it with the Art Connected email and try to send it
That's
out?
what I'm doing. I'm just
Oh.
replying to Dawn's because I know everybody's on that one. I don't know if I may end up having to extract all those emails and send it direct from the form, possibly.
Okay.
Okay, I just emailed again. Can everybody try the latest email? I just sent it. See if that works.
You guys, You'll have some fun emails to delete after, right?
Oh, yeah.
Or if you're like us, you just won't delete them and collect as many emails as possible.
Okay, so check your email. Let's see if that lets you in. Please let me know as soon as you have a chance.
Unmute myself.
Bill says you need permission. All right, then let me, what the heck?
Should we send them on their way to the next session? And then,
Yeah, why don't you do that? And I'll get this out to you one way or another. I will get this out to you. I think I'm gonna have to just go through Miss Zalkis's email and just pull each individual one, put it directly in the form, and then I'll send that out to you. Okay?
sorry,
So
pardon all
thank
the,
you. Yeah,
all
no.
the technical.
All right. So thank you so much for joining and participating. I hope you you had a good time. It was fun. We will for sure get you the submission forms. Don't worry about the 15 minutes because that's on me. And then we'll get you the submission and the voting forms all out in the same email. Okay. I'm going to get to work on that right now. So if you can put your pens down and take your photos now of wherever you're at, and that's your poster. Okay.
Get them in Instagram and hashtag them right now and while you're waiting for the form.
Yeah, that's a good point. You can do the Instagram while I'm doing trying to get the emails together. Okay.
Any
Thank
final
you so
questions?
much, everybody.
You good?
Any other questions? We will get them out to you, I promise.
Do we have to post it on the Instagram?
We're asking you to. I mean, I can't make you, but it would be really nice if you would.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anything else? Sessions for the next block. I just posted Ms. Zelkis's links for those, for the red, yellow, blue, green, and violet rooms. So you are going to be just a couple minutes late, but I'm sure they'll let you in. Just jump on whatever Zoom you're interested in going to.
All right. We're just going to extend the submission time for, don't sweat it. Try to, we'll get it in the next hour or two. We'll be fine. Okay. Go enjoy the rest of the conference. Okay. We'll get you the information that you need.
Thanks, guys. Nice job. Excellent work.
Good job. It's fun watching you work. All right, so I'm going to say goodbye and I'm going to shut this down. So we will see you. Thank you again.
Thanks, everybody.
Join in for another Throwdown later in the year. Take care.